Something else I didn't expect was this man to be second.
Yeah, remember, this time has won in Germany 8 times. The rally's been in Germany 8 times. He has never been beaten here. He looked on course for another win until a disaster late yesterday. That was on top of a lot of, well, let's say, sort of friction within the team in the build-up to the day. But what a finish to the rally this has been. Nevertheless, they are on course for a 1-2 finish, and this won't do his championship hopes any harm at all. But well, what can we say? I guess he'll be out for revenge in the power stage. We'll have to wait and see if he can beat Peter Solberg's time and if he can beat the time of his teammate who's currently leading the rally.
I think Loeb is... yesterday, I've never seen him so disappointed.
Yeah, remember, as we just said, first 8 times here and a 7-time world champion. He's also on course to make it 8 world titles. Let's not forget, he is leading the championship. 66 WRC wins, but it doesn't look like he's going to get number 67 this weekend.
Not at the moment, but he was brilliant. And to be honest with you, yeah, maybe the fight was taken out of it when the tactics or the team advised them to hold position. But they were so on it on Friday. They were just, they were away and up the road. The tyre choice they picked was inspired, going on soft tyres. I was looking at the skies thinking they'd made the biggest blunder in the world. 2.1 up, 2.1
up. Well,
what were we saying about him?
I'd like to see the look on Petter's face now, because I think he could be in trouble here.
He'd be putting his seatbelts on now.
Sebastian Loeb's only won 1 power stage so far this year, but he will be an angry man. He will not like the fact that his incredible record at Rally Deutschland looks like it's about to be broken. But he could be on course to claim the first power stage victory in Germany at the very least, but he's still got a few more corners to get through. And as we've seen already, even in this very last stage, you can still expect drama if you get your line slightly wrong and clip some of these curves.
I was just about to say, just look how neat he is, though.
Yeah.
Look how neat he's been.
Compared to Petter, especially, very, very different. Sebastian known for his incredibly precise, error-free. Look at this. He just looks so calm, doesn't he?
He is.
3:20.4, the time to beat. Loeb's coming through the final corner, and I think he could go into the lead by a comfortable margin. 3:17.4, 3 seconds quicker than Petter Solberg. Well done, Petter. That does, I think, at least guarantee him 1 point at least, doesn't it?
At least one. But let's have some speed through there from Mr. Loeb. But did we really expect anything else? I mean, if it wasn't for a puncture, he would have cruised to victory number 9. But that is part and parcel of the sport.
Anyway, here is our rally leader. He has a lead of 41.8 seconds, and he'll have seen the time coming through from his teammates. He's a competitive man. We've seen that this weekend. So we can expect maybe a few more fireworks through these last couple of kilometres.
I don't know. We've seen in Greece, we saw it in Jordan, we saw it in Portugal. He won the rally and won the stage. I'm unsure whether he's going to take that risk this weekend.
Very quick update then. 3:17.4. That's the time Ogier needs to beat to get on top of the power stage. That's the time been set by his teammate Loeb.
But this man it's kind of an obsession to beat Loeb. That's what, because he sees Loeb as the greatest. If he can consistently beat Loeb, he'll get this. His status grows. This man is fearless. He really is.
Yeah, well, the team, they've got 2 of the greatest drivers around at the moment. But I tell you what, would you be a team boss at Citroën right now? Because it seems very difficult to handle them both. They're both so competitive, and they both want to win so much.
Well, what you've got is you've got the guy who's been there, done it, and you've got the young upstart who is maybe a little bit arrogant, but you have to be a little bit arrogant to be this successful. So let's listen to Julian Ingrassia.
100 mètres, frein gauche 108 Minongri, 108 Minongri qui ouvre. 80 mètres, gauche 120 très vite, 50 mètres, gauche 110 Somo.
There you go then, he's into the final lap. 3 wins out of 8 starts this season.
This will mean more to him than anything else.
Oh, he's slower. Well, he's a lot slower. 1.6 seconds down on his teammate. I'll tell you what, that was quite some effort from Sebastian Loeb.
It's not just been how many rallies since Loeb was beaten on tarmac, how many years has it been since Loeb was beaten on tarmac? Ogier is about to end a run which stems back to 2005.
2004.
2004 was Martin. He won in 2005 to Loeb. And that is a huge amount of rallies that Loeb started winning tarmac. They started 2005.
That is incredible, isn't it? 7 years. That's
7 years that someone else is going to get unbeaten on tarmac.
Yeah, he might not be on course to win the power stage, but we are about to see rallying history made in terms of ending what has been a quite phenomenal run by the 7-time world champion Sebastian Loeb. There he is with co-driver Daniel Elena.
That wouldn't surprise me if his family have just turned up.
It'd be interesting to see the reaction between the two teammates at the end of the stage. Anyway, let's have a look at Ogier over the line. Yeah, 2:19.4. He's 2 seconds slower, but he does slot into second place. Well, Loeb beat everyone by 2 seconds round a short city centre.
That is a massive win.
Yeah,
psychologically.
Power stage win for Sebastian Loeb. Rally Deutschland win for Sebastian Ogier. He ends Sebastian Loeb's 8-year domination of this event and his 7-year domination of tarmac rallies in general. What a finish to Rally Germany. Congratulations to Sebastian Ogier and Julien Ingrassia.
It's a big, big win for Ogier. That psychologically and in the team, this is just going to run and run and run for me.
Yeah, so Ogier claims his 6th career win and his first tarmac victory. Always a landmark event for a driver, isn't it, to get the sort of complete set done. Anyway, here's a man who knows all about winning tarmac rallies, Sebastian Loeb, our power stage winner.
Seb, you must be disappointing to lose your fantastic record. But anyway, second place and the power stage win is good for the championship.
Yeah, good, we can say, but for sure it's always better to have a victory, especially here in Germany. I was used to win, but what I say every time when I come, one day we'll stop, and today it stopped. So, but okay, we scored some good points. We had a puncture yesterday. We couldn't really, we were really unlucky on that, and okay, we've done the rest as well as we could.
Okay, and I think the championship's still looking very strong, even though this weekend wasn't in the plan, but it's still good for you.
Yeah, we are still quite a good lead on the championship, so I think it's around one victory, so it's okay. We'll do better next time.
Okay, thank you, Seb.
Doesn't he know it? Loeb wins the power stage, Ogier the rally, and Citroën get an 1-2 in Germany. See you in a couple of minutes. It's a historic day in the World Rally Championship. That man with his arms up is Sebastian Ogier. He has just ended a terrific run of form. So what happened on Rally Deutschland? Well, if you missed a bit of it, you can catch up on the Day 3 highlights tonight, including the story of Chris Meek's rally and that end, a miserable end to Rally Germany. Let's show you who won the power stage. 3 points for Sebastian Loeb, 2 for Sebastian Ogier, a point in there for Peter Solberg, which means this is how the rally finishes today. Ogier the winner. Haven't said that for a long, long time. Loeb second and Danny Sordo in third place.
Sebastian, your first tarmac win, it must be a very special feeling.
Yeah, of course, I'm really happy. It's my first victory on tarmac. It was a long weekend, but at the end it's a nice victory to get. I'm really happy with that. We are still in the fight for the championship, so as long as we're going to have a challenge, we will try.
Okay, thank you, Seb. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations that he deserves. He has achieved mission impossible. We never thought anybody other than the Sebastian Loeb would ever win that rally.
No, it's a great result for him. I think it's going to make the rivalry between those two even stronger, because I'm sure Sebastian Loeb will still be feeling a little bit maybe cheated yesterday that they didn't drop the pace enough, but that's rallying.
Exactly. And also, Sebastian Loeb is going to go back and say to Sebastian Ogier, hang on, mate, puncture. That's what cost me the rally and a whole minute that I dropped yesterday.
Yeah, and I think the results in the power stage just proved the point. Really, he was out to show that he was the fastest guy.
But there was a lot of anger in Sebastian Loeb's win in the power stage, didn't you think?
I thought he was definitely going to go out there and try and show that he was going to be the fastest guy, and those 3 points are very important as well, so he extends his lead.
And just let me get this right for the record, Sebastian Loeb will be grumpy with coming second, but Danny Sordo Mini will be absolutely made up with third and a podium.
Yeah, it's a fantastic result, and especially when you consider that all the major cars are in. There's been no retirements that have got them to that position. They've been there all the way through with all the factory cars finishing.
So is this a changing of the guard? Is this where Sebastian Ogier takes over? Because he's done very well in the championship. He's better off this afternoon as a result of this.
I think he'll actually make Sebastian Loeb even stronger. It'll give him that extra bit of motivation again, and I think you'll see him come back even stronger than before.
2 points Was a fantastic driver, and there was an awful lot that could go wrong on this, harmless road section around Trier. A lot of people going around there with punctures.
Yeah, there's obviously something going on, whether they were dropping the tyre pressures a bit lower or they'd had a long time to cool down between the last stage in the vineyards. But for sure, there's always a risk in those stages. There's concrete close by, and you're never over till the end. But at least with a short stage like you can carry a puncher and not drop quite as much time as you would on a big stage. Let's
show everybody the championship standings as we leave Germany. Is there a chance, David, for Sébastien Ogier to win this championship?
Yeah, I think definitely. You look at Lowe, but he's actually gained a little bit over Hirvonen. But the worry is that the other Sebastian's creeping up and getting closer. And you might be one victory in the lead, but that's also just one DNF that can bring you straight back into it. So it's never going to be over till the last rally, I don't think.
Citroën have got to manage this situation. It's actually a nice situation to have, isn't it? Two Sebs going neck to neck.
I think it's a better problem to have that than to be maybe Malcolm thinking how we're going to beat either of these guys. They've got such a strong team that when one has a slight problem, the other one's there to pick up the pieces. So it's going to take a lot for Ford to come back from this, but I think it's just going to make everyone work that extra bit harder.
What's Malcolm Wilson and Ford going to think to this result? Because they really would have wanted to have done well on tarmac, and they haven't.
Yeah, I think it's always different. Like everyone always says, you've got to have a Finn to win in Finland, but I think there is that still element that they haven't had a real strong tarmac driver. I know Latvala and Hirvonen are getting some good results, but I think they'll certainly be looking at it and just thinking, just maybe they need something else to try and get up there, because the car looks good and the car can do the time. So. Yeah. It's a whole package.
Beaten by the weather. See if they can make up any kind of time in what comes next, which is Rally Australia in 3 weeks' time. Where can you catch that? Well, the Day 1 highlights come at 1:30 and 4:30 on Friday, the 9th of September. Day 2 highlights 9:45 Saturday the 10th. Big day, September the 11th for some of us. Day 3 highlights at 9:45 that evening. And let's just tell you about the power stage from Australia. There it is, Sunday the 11th of September at 6:20 in the morning. I must remember to set my alarm. Do we have time to talk about Chris Meek? There he was in the penultimate stage, 2 kilometres from the end, all over Red Rover.
Yeah, I think he'll be fairly gutted about that, but at the same time, he's had a strong rally. His times have been pretty good, and at least it wasn't a mistake by him that put him out of the rally. So he'll go away, obviously disappointed not to get the finish, but at the same time, he did everything that he could. And if the car lets you down, then there's nothing you can do as a driver about that. So I think he'll still be fairly positive.
He would have wanted to have got the first podium, wanted to get the first meaningful result, and he's not got it.
No, there's always that little bit when you've got the teammate, you want to beat your teammate more than anybody else. But I think at the same time, I don't think he generally would have come to this event expecting to beat Danny anyway, so I don't think he'll be too worried.
And ironically, a couple of times this season, he sat here where you're sitting today and said, oh, Sébastien Ogier, Sunday morning blues. And look, it's bitten him. It's got Chris Meek.
Yeah, the rally's never over until you finish, and this just proves that you can get so close, and, it's just you've got to get all the way to the end. And it's heartbreaking for Chris, and obviously for the UK. We haven't had a driver in there in the points, but at the same time it was good for Craig Green to win the Academy yesterday and get a win for the UK. OK, David, thanks for being with us today. Remind your brother to set his alarm for September the 11th, will you? I will do. It's very early in the morning. See you all for Rally Australia on September the 11th. What's coming up next? Well, you're probably tuning in Scotland for a bit of football action because it's footy next. Motherwell up against Rangers. From the World Rally Championship, though, it's thank you to David Higgins for being with us this afternoon. History for Mini, even more history for Sébastien Ogier and Citroën. Catch you in Australia very early in the morning. You set your alarm. See you then.